What if Mojang told us the whole Minecraft story? On different occasions, the guys from Mojang have confirmed that there is a story behind it. Not for a reason, there are different temples, structures in ruins, and entire places that we don't know who built them. As you can see, they don't tell us the whole story, leaving many gaps for the player to fill in with their own theories. But what would happen if we knew everything, thanks to the fact that the game itself tells us? For this, we will go to our interdimensional time machine. Come on! Okay, we have arrived, but what? That was a great landing. For the moment, everything seems normal. Let's see what we find in the villages, and let's see what's in this little house. A chest. Pablo's diary. Let's see what he says. Since Uncle Hernandez disappeared, nothing has been the same. Those evil pillagers want to exterminate the villager race. Why do they betray us like that? Okay, a lot of text. From now on, the Minecraft game would have a narrative, and the player's objective will no longer be just to good, equip himself, get the eyes, and head towards the battle against the dragon, because you will also be able to discover all those secrets that history hides from Minecraft. As long as you follow all the clues that the game has for you, the villagers very possibly would have names, such as Eduardo, Sebastian, Maria, Cristinini, Pedro, Camila, Bruno, and it is most likely that by clicking on these villagers we could chat with them, making them appear in this type of dialogue in our chat. Many of these texts would serve to know how the work of the villagers is going, how is their day, and how they feel, but they could also give us valuable information, such as finally knowing why there are conflicts between villagers and looters. The villagers could talk and those tell us what the problem is between these two nations. But not only that, the chest would be much more important, since these would be full of books with crucial information. Very surely these books will be quite common, for example, in the dungeons or also in the mineshaft. Some abandoned mines that were built a long time ago. And we know this thanks to the co-ops, but apart from that, we don't know anything. So in this universe, we could find more establishments with more information. Again, books would be very important, but also the Mojang team would add more items and details to the structures to know exactly what happened in these sites. And as for the ancient civilizations, they would surely add more bones to be able to investigate them and thus identify the civilization or the civilizations much easier. Creatures that pass through there. That means that an archaeology system would have arrived a long time ago, where you could get very important pieces about the history of Minecraft. But not just drawings, but very specific things with a lot of information. Also, something very important about knowing history is to identify the old paintings. This would cause us to have many blocks with information, for example, with figures, and also surely paintings inside the structures. Another of most important things in history games are the missions. Wandering trader, I have a mission for you. Get me 10 puffer fish for my collection, and I will exchange it for this ancient scroll. There were possibilities to have missions in Minecraft, so you get even more story pieces, and once you complete this quiz, you will get your reward. Even the achievements would be even more important. For example, every time you make an achievement and complete it, the achievements would have exact descriptions of what you have done. Or if we continue with the idea that the mobs could talk, this villager at the moment of conversion could tell you what happened to him. Another thing that could happen is that our player has memories, and that he also starts having dialogues in the chat. Steve, if I cut down this tree, I could make me a wooden pickaxe. That diamond will help me in the future. I remember when they were all alive. I'm alone. We could also know the history of our character and know what he thinks. This all seems fantastic and a very fun game, but there are big problems if we get to have this type of game. And this first problem is the updates. If all the history of Minecraft was written and all the players could know it, it would be extremely difficult for developers to add new things, since everything that is added would have to make sense with the story. In fact, you could find script errors, because there is so much that has to be said that surely the developers would have errors in their books. These script errors are too common in movies. Not for nothing, YouTube is full of videos arguing why some scripts are not correct. And if that is only a movie, imagine a complete game. So now not only will there be programming books, but also in this dimension there would be books. Laugh script books, arguments that are not well written, or things that contradict each other. Also, the history of Minecraft would be changing all the time. In fact, this already happened once, especially in the Nether. The zombified piglin were different different, and later they changed them to the pigling. And to the zombified pigling, many researchers like me had made videos about the explanations of the nether, and suddenly in an update everything changed, adding a lot of new structures with a civilization that we didn't know about. And even now having fossils in the nether, let's remember that fossils are very important to know the history of anything, and if in the past they had added dialogues and text to the zombified pigling, they wouldn't coincide at all with the new piglings, since they have different mechanics and a completely different story. Not only would there be a script problem, you could also feel lonely and think that your goal in Minecraft doesn't make sense, because it will be already written and you wouldn't have to do anything. This would also stop all your creativity. Imagine that you have a project to convert an entire village into a modern village. This would greatly affect the history of Minecraft. For example, when you pass near a villager, he will keep telling you medieval things, while you have modern things. It doesn't make sense. Well, Minecraft is also made to create our own stories. Even during the Minecraft Now, the developer Bobicraft said that many of the generation of bugs that we have in Minecraft are made so that the player can decide whether to remove them or not. These ugly generations decide to the player that you can fix this, that you can improve the game with your own hands. But if everything was written and everything was perfect, it would be difficult to do things. Also remember that there is no book that tells the whole story since you are born until you die. It's your own decisions who tell you the story. This is like the domino effect. All the actions you do today will be reflected in the future. The career you choose, the job you decide, your partner, your nutrition will be relevant to create your life story. As in Minecraft, each construction and each decision that you make are creating the history of your world. And that is thanks to the fact that no book and no text tells you how you should play or how the history of your world should be. On the left you have more episodes of What If, and on the right you have a video recommended by the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to leave your like.